Anna Nemtsova, correspondent for the Daily Beast and also an occasional writer for the Atlantic magazine. Thank you very, very much for joining us from Istanbul for this conference of Ukrainian journalists. You have just written a fantastic piece for the Atlantic magazine, and I'd like to congratulate you on it. It is entitled Ukraine Youth Has Ended, and I recommend everyone in the room have a look at that article. So my first question would be to you. Again, you recently wrote about young people in Ukraine, how they've been impacted in massive numbers and in definitely horrific ways. Are we talking about a lost generation of Ukrainians then? And is there anything encouraging, I guess, you found about the young people that you met on your recent reporting trip to Ukraine?
I reported on several wars before Ukraine. I worked in Chechnya, I worked in Georgia, I worked in Afghanistan, I reported on the crisis in Myanmar, Rohingya genocide. And so a lot of violence before this latest assault on Ukraine in eastern regions of Ukraine, beginning from 2014. But we have never seen such a horrible full-scale war, dozens of towns and cities being attacked, bombed from the sky, artillery, aviation are taking Ukraine. From all ends, we see that men cannot leave the country. Our colleagues are dying one after another. In the first 3 months of the war, more than 30 journalists have been killed. There are no rules, no predictions cannot be applied to this war.
You've been covering this war as well as many others, of course, and how does this compare with other conflicts that you've covered? The number of journalists, for example, killed in such a short time is almost unprecedented. And I'm wondering why you think that's the case, that we're seeing this kind of carnage.
Thank you for your time, Mike. During the first 3 months of the war, I interviewed many young Ukrainians, teenagers, people in their early 20s who had to make very adult and very responsible decisions and take care of their families, take care of their homes, join the civil defense troops, and grow up. I wouldn't say that they're a lost generation. I would say that this is a generation of people who, instead of enjoying their youth, instead of enjoying all the ordinary things that teenagers enjoy all around the world, they had to grow up. Over one night, they had to save their loved ones. They had to flee from their homes. One of the characters was carrying her father on her shoulders, and she was only 18. I think that this is a generation of resilient and courageous adults